Alright, WWE 2K19. It has been a while since I even said that. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been ages since I even played this game. And that is absolutely crazy. But as you can tell by the title, I'm going to tell you guys why I don't play the game anymore. But before I actually get on into the rant, that is it. The complete community creations collection at this point. So we've got Jordy Polferman V1. We've got Zach Polferman. Of course, Jordy Polferman V1 might need a bit of DLC. Actually, no, not DLC. He will definitely need your guys' VC to buy Jake Roberts and The Rock, I think. Yeah. So do that. You can download Jordy Polferman. We've got Zach Polferman, who's basically around just about the same. We've got Ryan Legacy, who is completely free to download. That's why it does have more downloads, because Ryan Legacy is DLC and VC purchasables free. So make sure you go download him. Of course, so show some support to TLC Ryan Plays. We've got Jordy Disorder, the official character for this year by us, of course. Even I don't have this version at this point. I edited it, so I might just re-download this, but I really don't think there's any point. But yeah, that's the My Career that we did this year. And of course, I finally got to creating Marcus Polferman. So of course, you can go download him. You know, it'll be highly appreciated by me. I know you guys haven't downloaded him yet because I have yet to announce him, but he is here in WWE 2K19. Hashtag JordyBomb to get your hands on him. Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about why I no longer play WWE 2K19. So as of today, it has been almost a month since I actually played the game, unfortunately, which is absolutely crazy. Again, I know I've said multiple times that I am going to sell the game. I'm not going to, actually. But because there's still some stuff to do in the game, but it's nothing I find enough motivation to do. At some point, once Ryan is done with his My Career, I'm going to see if he'll join me to do a Let's Play of Towers. And I'm going to try and get as much of this shit done as possible. Of course, we've only done 2 right now. And I think we did a weekly or a daily one at some point. But, yeah. As you can tell, we finished up with the My Career. We did a little bit of universe mode, and then that was that, really. We basically didn't do anything after that because I just couldn't be bothered with the game anymore. It's literally the same as last year, WWE 2K18, and you guys know my opinions on that game. That was the worst, and I have no qualms in saying this, but WWE 2K18 was the worst wrestling game I've ever played. Maybe even of all time. That game was so bad. And what I don't understand is how people are starting to settle for this. I mean, we didn't settle for 2K17. I mean, everyone complained about that, but even that is a better game than 2K18 is. Take away all the constant crashes and the unstableness of 2K17, and you've got yourself a decent wrestling game. Okay? I mean, I played 2K17 from February, when I got back into the game, all the way until 2K18's release. That was months and months and months. And when I finished the series, I'd always end up coming back to it because, you know, I couldn't keep myself away from it. It was a decent game. It kept you pegged. But 2K18, that didn't do anything. And 2K19 hasn't even done anything for me because I'm not going to carry on. The only reason I carried on with 2K18 is because the story of my character and the amount of support that he was getting from you guys, it needed a definitive ending. It needed the final chapter, if you will. And I finished that in WWE 2K18 with the My Career Beyond series, the My Career Alternate series, and the Universe Career Mode series, and we ended up finishing that in September. Now with 2K19, we started off with a reboot, okay? The original plans for 2K19 was to use Max Polferman, the son of Jordy Polferman, carry on the V1 universe. But as we neared towards 2K19, I started to realize maybe that won't make that much sense, and also that would require me to put as much work into this as I put into 2K18, and I did not want to do that. Even through really dark times this year, I edited 2K18, okay? Like, bloody hell, it was horrible, especially during the time of May, June, July, because I was really depressed by that time. If you guys remember, I was really depressed. Like, I was doing shit to myself that I never thought I would do. But yeah, along comes Doom. I was able to play that. That helped me a little bit, and then we got Need for Speed 2015, and I was like slowly getting over that shit. And yeah, I'm completely over it at this point. Really don't care. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that I spent most of that time editing, recording WWE 2K18, a game that I did not even enjoy, a game that became a chore to just play, never mind record or edit, and come up with so many stories and rivalries. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes I enjoyed it, and I definitely enjoyed your guys' reaction to the Universe career, and I loved it when you guys texted me, you know, DM'd me on Instagram or YouTube just to tell me that you enjoyed the series, you look forward to what's happening, or you're taking guesses as to what you think's going to happen. Like, that felt so good, okay? And that's something I'm going to treasure for a long time, but it is not something I'm going to play this for, okay? As much as I'd want that, I can't play this. I can't, okay? Don't get me wrong, 2K19 is a very, very stable game. It's crashed twice on me since I got it. So not as stable as, say, 2K16. But again, 2K16 had a few crashes as well. The only WWE game that I played on this that has never crashed is 2K15. And that's crazy. Like, 2K can't make a stable game. Like, you know, I don't know how they do it, but they can't seem to make a complete game. Because the My Careers that we've had in the past 2 years could have easily have been DLCs for 2K17, you know? Like, if you just gave us 2K17 and then made that the game for the next few years and just kept giving us updates like, say, Need for Speed does every 2 years for their games, or GTA, or Red Dead, like, we would have a much better wrestling game, you know, keep adding characters in, make up the biggest roster. Now, of course, that would be difficult to do, of course, because some people, you know, they switch brands, or they're completely released, or they retire. And yeah, I do understand that, but it would be much better to do it that way, because we would have a much more stable game. We'd have more updates, because 2K18's My Career and 2K19's My Career, they're literally the size of DLC. And not WWE DLCs, but like usual DLCs that you would expect to be the length of in every other game. It's not good enough, okay? I could have beaten 2K19 My Career in a week. I just took a massive break in between, which I shouldn't have been doing after I bought the game. I played it not that much in those 2 weeks that I played the My Career. Hell, I didn't even play anything else at all. I was just playing My Career, and you could tell what happened after I finished My Career. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing to do after the My Career, but, you know, they give it the excuse saying, oh, this is the epilogue. You're meant to become the greatest superstar in history after you win the Universal title. How? How are you meant to do that? I've not seen one person, one champion, who has won the title at WrestleMania or a big pay-per-view and then go into obscurity. Like, the best thing that happens in the My Career after this is TakeOver, which is NXT, which should not be happening. That should be happening in the first place. I mean, it's cool that it happens, and sometimes Matt Hardy comes along and we get to face a guy from the past. That's really, really cool. I'm not going to lie, but it's not worth the wait having to go through pointless matches every single week. WWE 2K18 had a decent idea, okay? After you finish the story, and keyword had, you'll see why in a minute. Yeah, after we finish the story, we would be able to, you know, go after championships and defend our titles, or even switch brands and go after other titles, and it was really fun. Hell, you could tell I was having fun with that. I had a 3-hour episode in that My Career multiple times. That version of the My Career in 2K18 anyways. Then they patched it, and you could tell what would happen. It killed the game. It literally, the game was on crutches anyways, and then after you finished up with the My Career, it was on its knees, and then they had the patch that took away the opportunity to go after championships, basically shooting it in the head and literally putting it down, putting it out of its misery. 2K18 got killed. That game, dead. I'm surprised people were still playing it. I'm surprised I'm not surprised. I had to do the definitive ending. I was forced to play the game. And I was able to make a pretty good career out of Universe Career Mode, which I am proud of. Completely proud of. Every single episode in that massive series, and you can actually check that out if you're new. Go on my main page on YouTube. Go all the way down to the bottom. You'll see a series called WWE 2K My Career Mode, the final chapter. And you'll find the 2K17 run through, My Career Alternate run throughs, a hint of 2K16 actually in the last one. The last one's called 2K My Career Mode, final chapter of course, and that had the My Career Mode, My Career Beyond, 2K16 back into My Career Beyond, and then Universe Career Mode. So yeah, go check those out. Very, very good series, in not only my opinion, but a lot of other people's opinion who have told me about it as well. But yeah, we're here to talk about this game. Why is WWE 2K19 dead? Think about it. The last 2 years, these games have died so quickly. It's not worth pre-ordering. I'm surprised I pre-ordered this, honestly. I missed out on Red Dead Redemption 2 for this game. I could have got Red Dead Redemption 2. I could have done a massive playthrough. I could still be doing a playthrough of how I could be playing Red Dead Online right now, but no, I'm not. I have to wait till Christmas Day, which is 4 days, which is going to be the slowest 4 days of my entire life. And I'm not even going to be playing this game. It's horrible. What have you got to do after the My Career Mode, huh? Yeah, you got Road to Glory, but what if you haven't got PlayStation Plus, huh? What if you haven't got good Wi-Fi, huh? You got Towers. Which is a nice concept, but it is not going to keep me playing the game for the next year, okay? It's just not happening. That's not how it works. Now we go into Universe Mode, and I'm going to be honest, for those of you who are Universe Mode YouTubers, like I started out, for those of you who are Universe Mode YouTubers, you will be glad to know that there's been a lot of improvements, okay? Okay, the game is a lot cooler. You know, you got a little calendar right here, but of course, there's the power rankings. Now you have individual power rankings, which is something that everybody needed. And it really sets apart the brand split. It really makes it make a lot more sense, you know? So at Survivor Series, if SmackDown gets battered, it doesn't really affect them towards each other that much. They all get affected, you know, it doesn't affect the brands, basically. I mean, they don't move down the power rankings at all, they don't move, and that was a real problem. Power rankings became a pretty big problem, especially when you did the brand split in 2K18. It really didn't work that well, but there have been a lot of improvements. Now, also, you can set apart people's title rankings. If I go back into the Universe Mode, I don't know why I left it in the first place, but if we go to shows, go to Raw, edit championships and Money in the Bank. If you go over here, and you go over, wait, how do we get it? I don't really know, to be honest, I forgot. But, oh, edit divisions, there we go. So this is what, in my mind, really makes Universe Mode playable, okay? The only reason I'm not playing it is because of the game itself. It was really starting to bother me. You could check the last episode, okay? We had a glitch, and that was literally the final straw for me after that. Like, I just couldn't bring myself to keep playing the game. But as you can tell, oh, don't worry, by the way, I will still be doing Universe Mode, like, specials. So, say, for example, Ryan, don't worry, my man. You will get your title rematch against Reese Ryder for the Universal title. Don't worry. But what I like is how they've set the divisions apart. And, yeah, they make individuals go after different titles. And they've also added 2 other slots. So you could put 2 more titles onto the brand, which is absolutely incredible. So you could have one massive brand, say a brand extension, and you can have both the Intercontinental title and then maybe even the United States title in like slot 5 or slot 6, you know? You could have, maybe you want an extra tag title, so maybe, for example, you want a women's tag division. Well, you could go out that, do it to your heart's content. I think that is something that should have been added, like, ages ago, but that's not really 2K's fault. They didn't really make Universe Mode at all. That's THQ, and Universe Mode has always been pretty bland, and I have been calling for years for it to be replaced by General Manager Mode, but that's really not going to happen, is it? That's the only reason I would buy another 2K game, a WWE 2K game, is if they added General Manager Mode and it was like what THQ used to do, because knowing 2K, they'd probably bring it back and completely ruin it and, you know, just kill it. But yeah, I'm not going to be buying any more WWE games because the repetitiveness, okay? That's the main issue with WWE games every single year, okay? I hype up 2K15, I hype up 2K16, 17, you know. But they're all repetitive. As good as 2K16's My Career is, that is very, very, very repetitive. Same with 2K17. If that was stable, that would be a great My Career, but it would still be repetitive. 2K18 was worse. Was much worse. Because afterwards, even with the old patches where you would be able to go after titles, even with them, you would like be put into tag matches, and even if you were the Universal Champion, you'd be kicking off the show in every single sense of the word. Even pay-per-views, you would literally be kicking off the show. That's been a problem with every single 2K, but like, that is the issue. You don't improve it, okay? You take out the good parts and you keep in the bad things, okay? And I don't understand that, because you didn't have to change the My Career too much. You didn't have to rejumble everything for 2K18, okay? And we'll get to 2K19's My Career in a second, my issue with it, my one issue, and it's a big issue. But with 2K18, what the fuck was that My Career? I did 3 run-throughs of that. 3 run-throughs. So, if you want an expert when it comes to that My Career mode, I'm your man. I've done everything you could do in that My Career. I did everything you could do in 2K17 My Career, to be honest with you. But yeah, apart from that, like, what was there left to do? 2K19, let's talk about that for a second. What is my issue with 2K19? Well, for one, it doesn't feel like you can be yourself. I find it quite, you know, ironic that 2K18's motto was "Be like no one," but it was so limited that you were forced to be like someone else. You weren't able to create what you wanted to be. And that's why I prefer 2K16 and 17's My Career over these two. 2K19, it was even more limited. I don't even understand how you could get more limited than 2K18, but there you go. 2K19 was even more limited. Now, granted, and you know, kudos to 2K for doing this, it is much, much easier to get the stuff you want because of loot boxes. But that is only if you pre-ordered the game, okay? Pre-order the game, yeah, you can open a load of loot boxes. What if you don't pre-order the game? You're not really going to be able to open much, are you? I mean, granted, you could play the My Career mode over and over again and grind through. Now, do as you wish. Do as you wish. You could do that. I don't have any issues with doing that. The 2K19 My Career is amazing, okay? As a story itself, and listen carefully, as a story, it is amazing, okay? It is very fun, and it plays just like a showcase, and we're going to get to the showcase in a bit and why I haven't played that. How many people were surprised, I don't know, but I know a lot of you were, that I still haven't finished up with the showcase at all. I literally... I'm not gonna, no, I'm not, I feel myself going into the showcase conversation. I'll do that in a second. Where was I with My Career? Oh yeah, do as you wish. You could play the My Career mode over and over again. I recommend it, okay? I definitely recommend getting this game just for the My Career mode. If you could rent games, WWE 2K games would possibly be the most rented game ever. No one's gonna buy this. This barely lasts 2 weeks. This barely lasted a month for internet relevancy. Never mind me. For internet relevancy, this barely lasted a month. Look at views, okay? If you want to look at the best kind of views, then you look at maybe the biggest one, Den Cops. Or you look at someone like me and how much the views have changed for these WWE games. Like, that's the reason why I'm not a WWE YouTuber anymore, because the views have dropped so much. Like, no one cares about these games anymore. I remember games like 2K15 getting over 1 million views for the biggest YouTubers, because it's not that big of a fan following when it comes to the games. WWE itself has a pretty big fan following. The games, not so much. But 2K15, that got quite a lot of views for, say, Den Cops. 2K16 as well. Now 2K17, yeah, that was pretty relevant. That got quite a lot of views. And most YouTubers, that was when they were at their best. They were able to create a character out of, say, Chris Danger, or a James Falcon, or a Brandon Collins, or a Ryan Legacy, or a Geordie Polferman. You were able to make a character out of that. You were able to add a little story just by a little bit of dialogue from your editing, or, you know, what you've said in your lives, in your live stream. You were able to make a character out of that in 2K17. Now in 2K18 and 19, you weren't able to do that at all. Especially with 2K18, you had 2 choices. You had 2 run-throughs, which I'm fine with, okay? That's okay. The fan favorite playthrough was pretty good. It was very cliche, don't get me wrong, but it was pretty good. And the Company Man playthrough was more fun, but it was also cliche, and it wasn't really that good either. Now 2K19, you were on a set thing from the off. You got now. Let me just say, starting in the independent circuit is the best choice and the best thing that's ever happened in my career. BCW, starting literally from the bottom, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. If only you had that in, say, 2K17 or 2K16. What a great idea that is. But instead, you fuck it up somehow. You even fucked that up. We weren't even at BCW for that long. I mean, I'd say, an hour gameplay. Then you had the NXT invasion, pretty good. I think, you know, I'm not even going to go through the micro mode. Just play it for yourself. The game is absolutely incredible. Now, I think the only issue with it is the whole SmackDown Live United States Championship run. It was kind of bad. It was pretty boring. But after that, you were back into the offing again with the Bray Wyatt storyline, the Finn Balor and AJ storyline. Absolutely incredible. It was brilliant, and I enjoyed most of it. But after, it was just back to the same repetitive bullshit that I was forced to get used to in 2K18. But unlike 2K18, I have, like, no reason to continue playing this anymore. And I'm absolutely glad that I don't have any reason to play this anymore, because it's the same game. It is legitimately the same game. Now, granted, the soundtrack is absolutely incredible. Okay, we got songs from Shinedown, Eminem, if you like him. I'm like, when it comes to Eminem, I'm not sure. But we've got songs from Shinedown. What was the other one? I'm thinking of it. Post Malone featuring 21 Savage, Rockstar. Who doesn't like that song, okay? You've got Ric Flair Drip from Offset. That's a song I never would have thought it'd be in this game. But hey, same with Rockstar. And this song that's literally just come on, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it was exclusive to the game. The guy made it for this game. Wale, Ungrateful and Thankful, is honestly, after hearing it in this game, one of my favourite songs. It's definitely in my phone playlist. So it's a better soundtrack than 2K18's was. I don't know what happened there. Because the big thing with WWE games, they usually have a really, really good soundtrack. 2K18 kind of fucked up there. I'm not really sure what happened with 2K18, to be honest. But this is a pretty good soundtrack, 2K19's is. Granted, it's not better than 2K16 or 17's, but it's definitely one of the best soundtracks I've heard out of a sports game, okay? And that's competing with like FIFA or NBA Live. Okay, I'm not going to say NBA 2K because I don't play that enough, because I get bored of the prelude in the first 20 minutes. And that's the thing with 2K. People, you know, hype them up so much to create NBA games, but they're not even that good. I've seen people play NBA 2K. I've played the prelude every year. Well, tried to anyway. And it's garbage. It is garbage. Those of you who know me know that I've had so much more fun in EA games, NBA Live. Now, say what you want about EA, okay, and how evil they are, but they make decent games, okay? Granted, they killed FIFA in FIFA 15 when they added price ranges, but the game is still good. If you're really interested in football like I used to be, you could have a lot of fun in FIFA, okay? I mean, I don't even like football that much anymore, but I've been playing FIFA 14 a lot lately. Now, doesn't that say something about how EA make their games? And don't say, oh, FIFA 14 is different from the new ones. It really isn't. It's the same every year, let's be honest. Now, that's not saying it's bad, and it's something that they don't really need to change. I mean, they can add a few new stuff in, like they did with Ultimate Team back in FIFA 16, and they added something really cool, the draft. And I remember playing FIFA 16's demo so much because it had the draft. It was so amazing. And if you guys ever want me to play FIFA 16 again, I will literally go back to it. I don't mind. FIFA 16 was a great game from what I've seen. But, yeah, that's the point. People hype up 2K, you know, so much to make these games. And then they hype them up afterwards like, oh my god, best game ever. But I barely ever see any NBA 2K content after, say, a month. Okay? I've seen the prelude get more, you know, views on my recommended than the full game itself. I mean, granted, it's the same with NBA Live, but, you know. But with WWE 2K, I don't understand it, okay? With 2K17, everyone bit their head off. Everyone stopped playing the game, started playing old games, okay? And it was a great time for YouTube. What was it, 2016? Let's be honest, 2016 was an amazing time for YouTube. We had the best content in that year. Hell, Leafy is Here was around at that point. It was great, honestly, YouTube. But that was the thing. Like, it brought people together. I mean, granted, it was in the wrong way, but, you know, we got some good content. Even people who still played the game got good content out of it. And every single year, I put my faith in you, 2K. I put my faith in you. And yet, you continue to disappoint me and millions of others every year. Look at the comment section on WWE Games' Instagram. Okay? Look at the comment section. Most of them are them saying the game is dead. Okay? That's when you know you fucked up. And, like, people say that Need for Speed Payback is dead. Ghost sometimes replies saying, oh, we'll make a better game in NFS 2019. Honestly, they've got my support in that. I mean, NFS 2015 was amazing. Let's see if 2019 can learn from the mistakes of Payback. Hopefully that's good. I'm pre-ordering that. But, what else was I saying? Yeah. Every year, people, you know, put their support for 2K just for the same disappointment. Everyone was playing 2K18 until the end of the bloody year. Like, and that's why I don't really like Denkops anymore. Because the guy doesn't even complain about these games anymore and how repetitive they are. He's putting so much content into 2K18 and 2K19 without so much as a complaint. And they are worse than 2K17 was. Okay? And he really did a rant on 2K17. But come on, dude. 2K18, you gave so much support for that. People like you are the reason why 2K continue to make these games. Because yes men. I hate the yes men that from YouTube that they call. That's why I'm starting to support Pulse a lot more. A week before this game came out, Pulse was doubting the game. The game wasn't even out. The game literally wasn't even out yet. Some of you may have seen that video from Pulse where he was scared, where he said he was scared for the game. And honestly, I completely agreed with him. I was scared for the game. There was no hype around this whatsoever. All the hype was brought by the fans for some odd reason. And there's really some brain dead people who enjoyed this game because it is not enjoyable at all. My cousins are what? 11, 10, 12 years old, something around there. And they don't even play 2K18 anymore. I gave them 2K18. I gave them the fucking deluxe edition. And they don't even play it that much. I barely ever see them play it at all. They're playing Fortnite. They're playing FIFA 15. Not 2K18. I see them play it here and now. But that's only because it's the only wrestling game they have. Okay? It's a bad game. 2K18. This is 2. It's an improvement, but it's not the improvement we need. This is the game we should have gotten last year, honestly. Okay? And now they're saying, oh, we'll have branching storylines next year. It's too fucking late. You've driven away the crowd that gathered. You've driven them away. We'll go back to the topic of views. Look at 2K17 and how many views I got on that. Over 100, easily. Same with 2K18. Before the game fucked up on me, I had over 300 views on every single episode before the game fucked up and I had to reboot the series, where it struggled to get to 50, which was so heartbreaking for me. But as you can see by the first episode, it has over 250 views. I got so many views on 2K18. Now 2K19, I streamed it just as long, if not even longer, because I actually enjoyed the game. Look at it. It struggled to get to 50 views. Are you kidding me? A new game that had just come out struggled to get to 50 views. Even for the big YouTubers, it struggled to get up to 500,000. The years before, it got over 1 million, easy. 500,000. Is that it? Your game's dead. It is dead. Completely. The game was dead before it even came out. That's exactly what I said when I was playing Fortnite that one time. The game is already dead. It's not even come out. Why did I pre-order this game? I don't know. I regret it. I should have pre-ordered Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, honestly. Luckily, come Christmas Day, I'll have Red Dead Redemption 2. And that's the game I'm going to be playing. And out of all the games I'm going to delete, this is the first one, because RDR2 is a massive game, okay? I mean, have you seen the graphics? Of course it's a massive game. Have you seen the size of the world? Of course it's a massive game. It's bigger than bloody Doom. But, yeah, this is going to be the first game I'm deleting. I don't know when I'll come back to it. I don't know if I'll come back to it, honestly. But this game is garbage. And I really cannot be bothered with it anymore. And this is going to be a long-ass video, okay? We're barely halfway through, because now we're about to get into the showcase, the return of Daniel Bryan. Now listen, I can't be bothered with this either. It's not good enough. The showcase, I mean, it was really good in 2K15. I mean, as good as it can get, because it was really stiff. 2K16 was the first really fluid WWE 2K game, and you know, that had Steve Austin, and you had the Hall of Fame showcase. Even 2K17 had its Hall of Fame showcase, which I'm not going to have an opinion on. It looks good. I've not played it, but it's something that we will play at some point because it's 2K17, and I'm going to use that as a way to get back into 2K17 content. So there's your answer right there. If we're going to return to WWE content, it's going to be 2K17's my career. Now I've got two choices where to go for 2K17. Whether I should do Jordy Polferman V2 or should I do Max Polferman and continue on the V1 universe as if, you know, nothing, you know, ever ended. Maybe I'll do that. And it'd be pretty cool to do as well for those of you who've stuck around for the wrestling content. It'd be really cool to bring that back. But with this, the showcase is not that good, okay? I'm just saying. I mean, actually, it's decent, okay? But I'm not interested in Daniel Bryan too much. I was never really a big fan of Daniel Bryan. I mean, now that he's heel, I'm beginning to watch a lot more because you guys know I like my heels. But I wasn't... I actually never really watched WWE that much at the time of Daniel Bryan's Yes Movement thing. I didn't really watch it that much. I mean, I watched the pay-per-views. But let's be honest, in a rivalry between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, I'm the type of person to cheer for Randy Orton. Randy Orton's amazing. As good as Daniel Bryan is, I love Randy Orton. I love his character. But yeah, and I had more reason not to watch Daniel Bryan after the streak ended at WrestleMania 30 when The Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar. I still remember crying over that, honestly. The streak should not have ended to someone like Brock Lesnar. I didn't even know who the fuck he was when I was first watching. I was like, oh, this big brute, apparently he came from UFC. That's what I was thinking. He ain't gonna beat The Undertaker. He does. Beats the bloody Undertaker. Who would have thought that would happen? And it's not a good surprise either, because it should never have happened. That match should never have happened. It wasn't worth it. Honestly, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions, The Undertaker should have retired at his match against Triple H at Hell in a Cell in WrestleMania 28. I think it was WrestleMania. Yeah, it was WrestleMania 28. That's when he should have retired. Now, granted, his WrestleMania 31 match against Bray Wyatt was amazing. That's a match you gotta go back and watch. WrestleMania 32, you could tell something was happening. It was not very good. But it could still make a decent match. Him and Shane McMahon wrestled a pretty good match, won't lie. Now, WrestleMania 33 was something he should not have been in, honestly. Now, granted, it's not even that good of a match. The match was horrible. It's the worst WrestleMania event of all time. WrestleMania main event of all time. And a lot of people blame that on Roman Reigns. It's not Reigns' fault. Reigns can put a good match on his day, but he's never been the ring general. Okay? Reigns' best matches are with better ring generals, say Seth Rollins or AJ Styles. AJ Styles can make a good match with anyone. If you've seen his matches with Lesnar, those matches are incredible because Styles leads the ring. Styles is a ring general. That's what you need. And maybe that's what Vince was thinking when he put Undertaker and Reigns in the match. Yo, let's put Roman Reigns over. It's got to be a good match because Undertaker's a ring general. Taker's too old to be. He's not even old. It wasn't age either. Because Ric Flair could still make a good match with Shawn Michaels. But what I'm saying is Undertaker was battered. He needed an operation. He should never have been in that match in the first place, honestly. Never should have been in there. So he was too battered to be the ring general. So that match was doomed from the start. It should not have... I mean, granted, yeah, keep the match on the card, whatever, but it shouldn't have been the main event. When people think WrestleMania 33, people think of that match. People think of that image where Roman Reigns wins at the end with his arms raised and the fireworks going off. People think of the time Undertaker put his robes on the floor. Thank God he did that. Because if The Undertaker had not done that, people would have remembered that match, okay? People remember 33 for that whole sequence after the match. Nobody wants to remember the match. It was garbage. But yeah, that's... Where was I going with this? Yeah, WrestleMania 30. Taker losing the streak. So I wasn't watching WWE at the time of Daniel Bryan's rise, okay? I wasn't watching it. I mean, I saw him win. I wasn't too happy about it. I wanted Orton to win, honestly. But I wanted Orton to retain. But yeah, that's why I haven't played that showcase. I was never interested in it at all. I might play it at some point, who knows. But for now, I'm really not interested in it. Now, let's get into the creative part of the game. It's not changed. It's barely changed from 2K16. What have we got? Like, what? 6, 7 new parts since 2K16's Create Arena? What? That's it? There really isn't much to do when it comes to creating arena. Now, create a superstar, that's something they've had to improve. Let's be honest. That's something they had to improve because that's the main part of the game for graphics and stuff. So, of course, they made that very good. Create a superstar in WWE 2K games have always been good. I will admit that. Create a championship. I mean, if you're creative about it, yes, it's good. But then again, you have to put the logos in yourself. If you're not using logos or you don't have any Wi-Fi, so you can't use the logos, what's the point? There's not, again, same with Arena, there's not enough options available to us for championships. Now shows. This is something amazing added in 2K17 for its universe mode. Adding music in, adding show intros. It was amazing. I loved it. It's the best part of that game was the music. Now let's get into the music as well. Yeah, it's not been good. 2K18's was bad. I thought 2K19 would have been better, because with 2K18 you had some good songs. You had a Royal Rumble theme. It sounded dark. It sounded gritty. If I remember rightly, that song was called Dark Side, if you want to go check it out. Survivor Series had an amazing song. You know, it was like a sound of hope, and it was called Make Believe or some shit. This Make Believe, and it was the Survivor Series theme for that game. It was very, very good. I actually used it for my Nitro show, so you guys will probably remember that song. NXT Rage, I'm surprised they kept it in the game in this game, but I don't care. That song is amazing. I'm glad that's in the game. But apart from that, there's not really that many good songs. Even Great Balls of Fire had a really decent remake. Keep trying. Then again, I am thinking of the actual remake. They added the instrumental in, but hey, even the instrumental was very good for the remake of the song Great Balls of Fire. Not bad at all. But apart from that, Money in the Bank song, I mean, as much as people get annoyed by the money, 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 that song, it was still better than what we've got now, which is the it's just, no. It's horrible. It's bad. Most songs for the universe mode are not good enough for any shows. They don't hype you up. Songs are meant to hype you up. Look at 2K17, okay? I mean, now, I'm just saying they made a good Fastlane song for this game. It was decent for last game, but you're not going to beat 2K17's Fastlane theme, okay? That was one of the best themes. That is my favourite theme. Out of all the WWE 2K themes, that Fastlane one is the best one. And the sad thing is you can barely find the full thing anywhere. Never mind YouTube. So, you know. But I think it was called, I don't know what it was called. I can't remember. WrestleMania 32, that theme for 2K17 and 18. Again, that's another one of my favourite themes. Walls Come Down Mix B. There was also Walls Come Down Mix A that wasn't in the game. It was the vocal version, which is a very decent song. It reminds me of Muse, if any of you have heard him sing. Pretty good. But apart from that, most of the music, it just doesn't hype you up, and you don't get hyped up for Universe. And especially for 2K18 and 19, the show intros don't even last that long. They don't even last as long as its duration is. So it could cut, right, like, say, straight away for the intro, which makes no sense at all. Like, if you want to create a show for Universe mode, you don't really care about the loading quickness when you have the show intro on. You want that show intro to play for the entire time. But it doesn't. It cuts halfway through, goes right into the pyro. Say, your music and your amazing show intro could last like 3 seconds, and then fireworks. Boom. Straight away. And that is even if you can make a good show intro, because since 2K18, their whole video thing that they added to 2K17 has gone to shit. I remember using 2K17's video thing for my My Career Beyond series. Something I really, really enjoyed doing was 2K17 My Career Beyond. Created quite a lot of stuff for that in the video creator. Now 2K18 and 19, it doesn't work at all. Especially when you go into Universe mode, because you'd think, like 2K17, it would keep repeating itself. It would keep revolving round and round until the game loaded up the pyro, which was amazing. You were able to create your show intros in 2K17, put a lot of work in, you could create a fully fledged one. In this game, you ain't doing that. Nah, you're not doing that. No one uses the video editor anymore. Now granted, people are using the highlight reel, which is decent, but apart from that, what are you doing? What exactly are you doing? It's not like you can do backstage promos with that now, because you can't even walk around backstage. What was the point in adding that? What was the point? You added that in 2K18. I mean, all you have to do is make it a bit more fun, possibly make it smaller, but with better rooms, you know, more enjoyable rooms. Why is it that the old games on the fucking PS2 are better than these ones nowadays? They're even better than the PS3 ones. So, for example, SmackDown Just Bring It. SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. Those games are amazing. If you've not played even one of them, what are you doing? You have to go back and play them. I recommend SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. There's so much to do. The bloody season mode. Listen. Now this is something that I think they should add. You had your own locker room. You were able to personalize your locker room in SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I think that was the only game you were able to do that as well. You got your own fucking locker room. So you're able to customize what materials the floors were. Basically, it was more customizable than anything in this game could ever do. You could customize the floors. You could customize the fucking trophy case, the ceiling, the chandeliers, you know, the little lamps. You had your own bar in there. Your own literal gym space, your own bloody table for your PC where you'd get your messages from, say, your general manager or your girlfriend in the season mode, say, if it was like Melina or Trish Stratus or Mickey James, you know. It was amazing. And if there's any wrestling game I really wish I could do a playthrough on, it would be SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, so hopefully that's on the PC. Because when I get a PC, we're going to do so much. It's going to be amazing. But yeah. We just don't have that anymore in this game. It is bad. It is bad, and I really cannot be bothered with it anymore. The online. Let's get into online, shall we? Servers. They have never been good. At all. Never. I mean, 2K16's, it was good on its day, okay? But since 2K17, they have been really, really bad. I'm just saying. Your Wi-Fi has got to be godly if you want any good servers on this. And even then, if the other person's Wi-Fi is bad, it affects you as well. It affects the server and it lags. I've had more forfeit wins than actual matches when it comes to Road to Glory or online wins. Come on, 2K. It's like you're not even trying. Now, when it comes to these single-player games nowadays, more people are playing them online because single player does not have enough in it. So games like Red Dead Redemption 2 or God of War, they're bloody rare, okay? They're rare to have a single player game with no online that people still play up to this day, okay? Like, some people haven't even 100% beaten Red Dead 2 yet. I've seen, what, 2 videos that have 100% beat it? It was the same with 2K17. 2K17 didn't need an end game. And that's something that these games need after my career. 2K18 had an end game and then they ruined it. 2K19 never had an end game at all. It never had an end game. It didn't even try. You get these side quests. That's about it. So same with 2K18. It's just bad. Granted, the side quests in this game are better, but no one was interested in side quests in the first place. I don't know, I've been ranting for ages. I haven't even written any of this down. I've been walking around my room for the last God knows how long, ranting about this shitty game. Like, oh. So, now you guys know why I literally just have no motivation to play this game at all. I've literally gone into this game to make this rant. After the rant, I'm not playing it anymore. I probably will probably delete it. There is 4 days left till I get RDR2, so anything can happen in that time. Maybe Ryan wants to play WWE a bit, so maybe you'll see a live stream. I don't know. But, yeah, that's about it. I mean, the main big thing, the best thing about this game is the community creations, and 2K don't even make those creations. And you know what the really, really ironic thing is? You see some people's creations on 2K, like, for example, Dean Ambrose with his different haircut. Why couldn't you put that in this game? Like, there was no reason for you not to. Why? It's outdated. That's another thing. And it's something I've been complaining about for years. The game is outdated. It is so outdated. Look at 2K17. As much as I love that game for continuing the brand extension shtick, around that time we had the brand split. We had Raw, SmackDown Live. That had happened months ago, before 2K17 even happened. So, it's copy and paste. That's what they're doing. 2K17, as much as I love it, was a copy and paste of 2K16. Now, and 2K19 is a copy and paste of 2K18 with a little bit of fixing. But the old bugs are still there. We haven't had a creative 2K game since 2K15. And even that wasn't that good. Now you see what I mean? 2K can't make these games. I'm done. I'm not buying these games anymore. I'm sick and tired of being disappointed every single fucking year with this game. Honestly. Like, I'm just going to say this game, because it's not this specific game, because it's the same game every year. There's no difference. There's not really anything new that catches my eye. Towers never caught my eye. Creating a Money in the Bank never caught my eye. Universe has never caught my eye ever since THQ made it. I've never really enjoyed Universe mode. So, my career is the only thing this game has going for it. And when that isn't good, when that isn't long enough, you have an issue. You have a big issue. 2K can't make these games anymore. It's killed it. Okay, I don't want these games to be as boring as real life main roster WWE, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is. I can't be arsed with it anymore. I'm done. This is the last WWE game I'm pre-ordering, period. And this is the last WWE game I'm buying until something improves or 2K get the sack. I'm done with it. I cannot be arsed. It is horrible, it's trash, it's repetitive. And I'm always dissatisfied, unsatisfied when it comes to this game. So yeah, that was it, guys. That was my rant of WWE 2K. It's just not good enough, honestly. We haven't had a creative 2K game since 2K15 and 2K16 and arguably 2K17. That we haven't had an enjoyable WWE game since 2K17 because it was a little bit enjoyable, okay? You can get some enjoyment out of it, especially when you accomplished shit in the Broken My Career mode. It felt good, and that's what we want out of our WWE games. We want our accomplishments to feel good, not scripted like 2K18 and 19. We want there to be a chance we can lose. Like, we want to have that extra heart into it. Because if you lost the title in 2K17, you had to work God knows how long to get it back. Especially if you went in those rankings. I mean, yes, it was very difficult. But people were just ungrateful for it, honestly. And I bet some people regret ranting about 2K16 and 2K17, how it was not good enough now. Because these are much, much worse. These are another world worse. But there it is. There's my rant, guys. Let me know what you thought in the comments. If you liked it, hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. Let me know your opinions on the game. And let me know if you're still going to buy these games from 2K in the foreseeable future. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Peace.